Nehemiah and the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a city called Jerusalem. This city was very special to the people of Israel, but many years before, they had been taken away from their homes and lived in a foreign land. They missed their beautiful city and longed to return. One day, a man named Nehemiah heard news about Jerusalem. He was living in a faraway kingdom, serving the king. When Nehemiah learned that the walls of Jerusalem were broken down and the gates were burned, his heart felt heavy. He knew that without strong walls, the city was not safe. He decided he had to do something. Nehemiah prayed to God, asking for help and guidance. He wanted to go back to Jerusalem and rebuild the walls. After praying, he gathered his courage and went to the king. The king noticed that Nehemiah looked sad and asked him why. Nehemiah told him about Jerusalem and the need for rebuilding. To his surprise, the king agreed to let Nehemiah go and even provided him with supplies for the journey. With a heart full of hope, Nehemiah traveled back to Jerusalem. When he arrived, he saw the broken walls and the ruins. But instead of feeling discouraged, he felt a spark of determination. He gathered the people of Jerusalem and shared his vision with them. He told them that together, they could rebuild the walls and make their city strong again. At first, some people were unsure. They looked at the big task ahead and thought it might be impossible. But Nehemiah encouraged them, saying, "With God's help, we can do this." His words inspired the people, and they agreed to work together. So, they rolled up their sleeves and got to work. Everyone helped in different ways. Some gathered stones, while others mixed mortar. Some worked on the walls, and others stood guard to protect them from any danger. Day by day, they made progress, and the walls began to rise higher and higher. But not everyone was happy about their work. There were some people who didn't want Jerusalem to be rebuilt. They tried to scare Nehemiah and the workers, saying mean things and making threats. But Nehemiah was brave. He reminded everyone to stay focused on their work and to keep praying to God for strength and protection. "Don't be afraid," Nehemiah said. "Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome." The people felt encouraged by his words, and they continued working hard. After many days of labor, the walls were finally completed. The people cheered and celebrated. They had worked together, faced challenges, and with God's help, they had accomplished something amazing. Nehemiah had shown them that when they trust in God and work together, they can overcome any obstacle. To celebrate their victory, Nehemiah gathered everyone together. They read the scriptures and praised God for his faithfulness. They thanked him for bringing them back home and for helping them rebuild their beloved city. And so, Jerusalem was safe again, with strong walls protecting its people. Nehemiah's bravery and faith inspired everyone, and they lived happily in their beautiful city, always remembering that with God's help, anything is possible. And that, dear children, is the story of Nehemiah and the rebuilding of the walls of Jerusalem. Always remember, no matter how big the challenge may seem, with faith and teamwork, you can achieve great things.